Tracy Allison, heart me. Thank you very much. Tracy says, hi everyone. I say hey back. Beal Justin, heart me. Thank you very much. Amy says, how was the market class? Class was fun. Market was a little underwhelming. I can show what the people who signed up for it made after I'm done with one of these. People just reposted. Thank you very much. Tiring though. There's a lot of driving. Amy says, any fellow chat members do the class? Nope. No one from the TikTok showed up. Amy sent 10 gold boxing gloves. Thank you very much. The Royal King says, hi Ryan. I say hey back. I hope you're doing well. People just sent 20 golden boxing gloves. Thank you so much. Nick reposted, thank you. Appreciate that. The Royal King says, what are you making? Tonight I'm going to be focused on vases with longer necks. But right now I'm making a little lid. Lisa says, hi Ryan, hi chatters. I say hey back. Melissa Hunter Cheney, follow the live crew. Thank you very much. There's the lid. Angel Kick says, hey. I say hey back. I hope you're doing well. Nicole Carey says, cool lid. Thank you. Angel Kick said, heart me. Thank you very much. I shouldn't have made such a big lid though, since I am trying to do tall necks. I should have left it taller. Slim says, hi, good artwork. Thank you. Angel Cake sent 35 golden boxing gloves. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Lisa says, how is everyone? I'm pretty tired. Other than that, I'm good. I had fun in Portland, but it was a fair amount of work. Michelle says, how did the sale go? Not super lucrative. The Royal King says, sell out, not one bit. Not even close to close. Lisa says, Ryan, we missed you last night. Thank you. I enjoyed doing the class though. I had three people, which was the right amount for the amount of time I had. Amy says, hashtag ghosted. I haven't been seeing you. So, Kristen followed the live career. Thank you very much. Mariah says, hello everyone. And I say, hey back. I hope you're doing well. Amy says, tap to 10K. This is a nice shape, but I don't know if it's a good place for what I was intending. Amy says, I wonder why the others with the same info were ghosted. I don't know. It's TikTok, so you never know when stuff will show up and when it won't. Amy says that would be great for a transfer. The last shape, yeah, my goal for night was to work on long necks, but that last shape would have been good for a canvas. I'm realizing after doing the classes on a different wheel that this wheel is really, really weak. It's a lot harder to throw on than the ones I was demoing with. It's just the ones that I was demoing with were really squeaky, so I can't use those. Mima Kathy says, hey Ryan. She left follow the live career, thank you very much. Shortcake says hi. I say hey back. I hope you're doing well. I guess I should trim the top. I was hoping to get some more height, but it's too unstable to keep pushing it. Shortcake says, I'm good, thanks. Amy McCracken sent 11 boxing gloves, thank you. Following man, follow the live creator, thank you. Marissa Cobell, follow the live creator, thank you very much, both. I think I can go a little higher than this. That's pretty good. Amy says, my dog is running in her sleep. I like when dogs do that. Jeannie Marie followed the live crew. Thank you very much. Lisa says hi. I say, hey back. I hope you're doing well. It's not the most stable. Meanwhile, Kathy says, where's the heart maze? I don't know. Oh, you found it. There it is. That girl, Car followed the live crew. Thank you very much. Amanda says, your page disappeared from mine for a while. I'm glad I finally found it again. I'm glad you found it too. HP says, good morning. I say, hey back. Douglas says, thought you were off for a day or two. Just one day. Abril followed the live crew. Thank you. Crystal says, I got my daughter a kid's wheel for Xmas. She is so excited. She should be. That's a good gift. Alright, I'm caught up in the chat, so let me get back to the snack. I forgot to grab a certain tool. I'll just use this one. Angel Cake says 10k likes. Thank you. The Soap Goat Company sent a heart me. Thank you very much. That made it a bit wiggly. I probably shouldn't take it in anymore. Dirty Mexican says, yo Ryan. I say, hey back. Desert 2 Egret sent a heart me. Thank you very much. Douglas Anderson says, how was the class? It was fun. I had 3 people, which was, I only had 3 wheels because I thought they were going to buy some wheels for me, but they ended up not doing that. So it worked out because I could only do 3 at a time. And I only had an hour. But it was fun. And everybody was able to make something. One person had to try twice because they went the wrong direction on one and it flew off the wheel. But we were able to get back. Desert to Regret sent 5 club cheers. Thank you very much. Aaliyah Salazar says, so peaceful. Thank you. Glad you're having a good time. That was too much water. Dirty Mexican says perfectly centered. It was, but I put it a little off balance when I brought it in. Not like terribly so, but a little bit. Angel Cake sent 27 gold boxing gloves. Thank you. That got me to my live goal, I believe. And I appreciate everyone who helped with that. Amanda says, wish you were in Florida. My daughter and I would 100% go. That would be awesome. I hope to one day do traveling classes. Aaliyah Salazar, follow the live creator. Thank you. And let me fix the camera a little bit. That's better. Simple Disaster says, hello, how's it going, Ryan and Shroot Crew? Pretty good. Thank you for the heart me. Willow's Echo, follow the live creator. And Simple Disaster sent double firework. Thank you. Okay, for this I'm going to do a simple underglaze. I'm thinking 2 colors, maybe like a flowing into each other. Sort of, what's it called? Gradient. Maybe I should get a little underneath it. Let me see if I can grab that other tool I was using. Yeah. I mean, it says, or something super vibrant. Super vibrant would probably... I'm using one of my most vibrant colors. It's radiant red. A lot of people say it looks like a bright orange. But I'll also be using brown with it. So it'll go from vibrant to less vibrant, hopefully. Weeping Willa says, hi all, and I say, hey back, I hope you're doing well. But let's start with the brown. Crystal says, wish I would have known about the class. I'm in Southern Oregon and would have drove up for it. That would have been awesome. Yeah, I had a couple people who were interested, but didn't end up making it out. But the people I was with were really fun. It was a fun class. Amanda says, would you be open for making commission earned for cremation remains? I would like to do something like that, but I would want to make sure that I could do it justice, because that's an important item, and it would probably need pretty specific qualities. Jade, follow the live creator. Thank you very much. I would appreciate it. Burpee says, hello. I might have accidentally sent an invite while I was trying to navigate the chat. A simple disaster says, oh hey, yay, was the market good? Nah, no, the market was bad. Brit P sent a heart me. Thank you very much. And I'm not clear if I'm going to get paid for the class that I taught. So, I don't know. That girl car says, I just buried my cat on New Year's and she was 19 years old. I'm so sorry to hear that. Cats are very important, and I'm sorry to hear that happened, but I'm glad to hear that you had 19 years. Caillou says, I just watched several of your vids and you're funny. Okay, good night. At Sir Chaos, shared live, thank you very much. That girl car says exactly. Kai Su followed the live creator, thank you. Okay, we got a little bit of a gradient going. Belinda says, hello everyone, thank you. I say hey back. Linda Maker sent a heart me. Say thank you. And ask, hi, how did the market go? It was bad, but I had fun in the class. Debbie Dusty says, love these colors, I'm glad you do. Brit P says, how's Garlic Baby? My cat Bawang is asleep under a blanket right now. This is, oh well, at least you had fun. I did. We went to some really nice restaurants, and the hotel was cool. Oh, it dripped. That's too bad. That's not what I was going for. Okay, let's just move it together like that. Belinda says, that's beautiful. Amy says, why do you think the market was bad? No foot traffic. I made like just a couple sales with it, but like pretty much a person an hour. The Royal King says, that's gonna look good. What do we think for the rim? Do you keep it white or should we add something? Per pieces, was the class cool? I loved it. I really like teaching. I like this a lot. Cynthia H says, love it. Brit P says, black rim. I could do black rim. I mean, this is the same as the bottom color. Dirty Mexican says, black rim. Sarcastic Brett says, hello, love, how are you? I'm doing good. I have a lot of orders to get out tomorrow. That's something I need to remind myself. I think I'm going to go with black. That's my favorite to do for rim, and I'm seeing a couple of people suggesting it. I do think it looks really good right now, though. Angel Kick says, don't change it. Wait, okay, I'm gonna actually put it to a vote real quick. So the two options are leave it as it is, which is smiley face, red, or black rim with the crying emoji. Okay. So far, it's actually pretty close, but I'm gonna start drawing the rest of it. Oh wow, black rim has pulled ahead. We going with black rim then? Something has been rearranged, and I'm not seeing black underlays on the table. Found it. Cynthia H says, can you buy the things you make? Yeah, everything is for sale. Angel Cake says, dang, we really wanted this to stay as it was. Oh, but that looks nice. If I can get it just perfect. Patty Hagerman says, good evening, everyone. I say, hey back. Hope you're doing well. The Royal King says black was the way to go for sure. Let's check it out. Swag Flower says it's a masterpiece. Thank you. Yeah. I was wanting to mess around with elongated neck. I think it looks pretty nice. Lisa says mods are on it tonight. Yeah, thank you to the mods. Looks at the flowers shared live. Oh, I need my... Everything's out of order because I'm coming from a market. But I need my wire. Jody Calvert followed the live crew. Thank you very much. Miss Julie sent a heart me. Thank you very much. Joshua says love the black rim. I'm glad you do. Okay. after this, I'll show what we made at the class. So I had 3 students. One had thrown on a large wheel, and then the other 2 had never thrown before. Simple as that. Says, hope you made a new shrew. I did not. I would not. That would not advertise that. This is what I threw as just a little example, trying to show them the different tools. This is what one person threw, 2-chambered vase. This is another person. They went for a really interesting shape, and then the final person did this smooth cup. So that was what my students were able to pull off. And here is what we did last time I was on. Beal just says, can I quote you on that? I don't remember what I said, but no, just in case. Amy says, they didn't use color? I didn't have enough time. I only had, was allotted an hour. And we actually went over our time just getting the shapes. Color would have added, we just wouldn't have been able to do it. Simple as Esther says, wow, these are a good teacher. Sugar Cake says, can you do mushrooms? I can. Maybe I can do one of those tonight. BD says, do you glaze and fire it now? I wait some time. Cynthia says, how big do you go? On this wheel, the maximum is about 2 inches. Dax reposted and shared live. Thank you very much. But I might do a micro mini tonight too. ATQ. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. It says, what kind of glazes do you use? Just a clear glaze. I just use a clear mid-range glaze to finish. And then I use underglazes for the color. Linda sent 6 gold boxing gloves. Thank you. So the theme I was gonna try tonight is elongated necks. And I think we did a really good job on the first one. But I want to see if I can do a texture. And then elongate the neck from there on this next one. So Flower sent a golden box club, and Brit P sent 3. Stephanie says giraffe night. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Yeah, an hour was not enough time to be allotted to do a class of first-time people throwing and wanting to actually have something by the end of it. But I've been really impressed with everybody I've sat down with, that we've been able to make something every time. Bert P sent 16 gold boxing gloves. I appreciate that. Linda says, you're a great teacher. Thank you. I hope to put more effort into that and get to the point where I'm doing it regularly. T. Newkirk says, where are the classes? I don't have a current location. Wow. Brit Peace in a level ship. I've never seen that before. It was very distracting. Thank you. What was the question? Oh, I don't have a recurring class currently. I just do pop-ups. and the last one was in Portland. Next one's likely going to be in Washington State, likely Seattle, if I can figure out a place that will let me. Zog Flower says, do you discuss class rates just for comparison in my area? I have to be careful because I don't want to get in trouble on the live, but I don't know yet. So far I've been doing them for free, and then last night it was for 20, which is kind of like crazy underpriced. That I was not asked about the pricing on it, so they just picked it for me and as part of the festival, and it was too low, and I but it's all right. Okay, so my plan on this one is to do a texture down low when it has really thick walls, and then bring it up into a curved neck. Kind of hard. Amy Faith Maurice is so calming. Harvest Essentials says, would you consider teaching virtual? You inspired me to buy a mini wheel, but now I'm intimidated. I absolutely would like to do that. I don't know the mechanics of how to make it work, but if you want a pretty similar experience, set up and throw while watching these. I kind of do the same thing in my teaching as I do in these lives. I just do a little more narrating of my process, and I answer questions directly. But if you ever ask questions about what I'm doing, or let me know problems you're having, we can treat it as a class. Amy Faith Murray sent 15 roses. Thank you. But I do want to do that at some point. I think it would be a good way to monetize. Mario reposted. Thank you very much. Magenta Alchemy followed the live creator. Thank you. I bought new fondant sets because I was hoping to get another pizza wheel, another spur tool for texture, and unfortunately none of them work. I bought 2 fondant sets and they both had the tool, but none of them work. They're all too tight. Sogflower says, Zoom call or book at most 8 students at a time on TikTok for the rest of us to watch. That would be interesting. That would be very interesting. Amanda Herb shared the live. Thank you very much. We really lost center opening up there. That's the thing that's the most frustrating about this wheel is it's a lot more wobbly than the ones I was using for the class. Sogflower followed the live crew. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I would like to try something like that. I'm really bad with technology. It's something to consider, though. Rachel B reposted. Thank you very much. Angel Kick says, so any luck with the Amazon wishlist yet? No, I forgot. Without the daily reminder, I just forgot. I'm sorry. Okay, we're gonna try the texture tool and then elongate from there. Angel Cake says, lol, go figure. Allie from Cali's gonna hurt me. I'm also forgetting what I'm supposed to put on there. I think I have, on the wish list, I think I have Topo Chico at least. Okay, we're gonna try texture. Curly Lorelei says transfer sheets. The transfer sheets are so annoying though to put on there because half the time they say they're not available for wish lists. Even after you put them on there, they don't stop you from putting them on there, but afterwards people can't actually get them. He says, I saw that before, that doesn't let him ship. Yeah, so every time I update, like, just for transfer sheets, it's kind of pointless because then everybody just lets me know they don't actually ship. Angel Kick says, more mini paintbrushes and transfer sheets and underglaze. Yeah, that makes sense. Texture tools, yeah. Okay, let's see what the texture looks like. It's decent. It's decent enough. I'll try again, but like higher up. Linnea says, no, you don't like the texture? I think it looks cool if you keep it in contrast to the rest of it. Brittany says, you definitely need to add brushes. Brushes are the thing that I should most get on the list. That is true. Beatrice says, they haven't seen how awesome the last ones turned out. True. I think it really helps to add the pizza tool as, what's it called? A frame to it. Masterfully Creative says, hi, what does the texture look like? I'll stop the wheel and we can see. It just is going to add, this particular texture tool just adds like a roughness to it, but like a kind of uniform roughness that I haven't actually fired yet, but I think is going to look really cool. Linnea says, true, trust the process. Cody 317 says, how do you dispose of the scrap clay and clay water when cleaning? So scrap clay goes into my recycle bucket. That's going to be water is added to it and rehydrated eventually. Ashley Jones says, it's going to look great once it's glazed. I hope so. And then the water I throw outside. But I don't have a ton. The water isn't particularly dirty because I don't use the water a ton. Okay. Billy followed the live crew. Thank you very much. Now let's see if I can make this taller without losing the rest of it. Burpee sent 44 boxing gloves. Thank you so much. We're about to hit our second lap of the live goal. Jessica followed live critter. Thank you very much. Rachel B sent a boxing glove, 2 boxing gloves. Master Freely Creative followed the live critter. Thank you very much. Linnea says, I was so nervous while you're making it taller. It's pretty solid right now. I don't think you have to be particularly worried. I'm not going to take it extremely tall since it wasn't the most centered to begin with. Oh, that doesn't actually look as good as when it was more closed. Because says, do you have a color in mind? Not yet. Let's see what the texture looks like. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. I don't hate it. But I don't like the rim all that much. I think we're going to change that. Kazbar says, do you have a pattern in mind when you start a piece? Not particularly. Well, the one I did before this I had in mind because I meditated beforehand. This one is kind of random. Linnea says, wait, that's actually cute. Thank you. I'm gonna close the rim up top again though, and maybe make it a little taller. AV says, Functional Ceramics says, if you're looking for a similar tool to your pizza wheel, look into tracing wheels for sewing. They're basically the same, just made from metal. That's exactly what I need, tracing wheels. Thank you for that. US Panay 99 says, hi, good evening, watching from Washington, Seattle. I am also in Washington, so good evening. I'm in Seattle. I'm happy to be back in Seattle. I like it more than Portland. What are we thinking for colors on this one? I really don't have a preference. P says, add to wish list sewing tools. Angel Cake says, my comments are being blocked. I'm sorry to hear that. I know it's frustrating when that happens. Because this is blue or hunter. I'm going with hunter. What did I do for the other one that was like this? I did orange on the last one. Let's go with hunter. US Panay says, where are you located? In Seattle. I'm in West Seattle. Bella Rose is my name, says, dude, the AI summary said lazy artist with W2F. I know, I really like that, so don't get offended on my part. I didn't do anything to make it say that, but it's very funny to me. Can't get that quite right, but I think that's good enough. Jessica says, not gonna lie, it's what made me click the line. we like a lazy artist. Okay, so Hunter, green, hopefully above and below. If I can find Hunter green, blue. Looks like that one got put away too. Found it. Sonia says, that looks nice. Thank you. Rachel B says, it reminds me of a China panda, but that's blue and white. Davey says, I love the scallops the pizza wheel made on the bottom. Me too. The pizza wheel is my favorite, but yeah, I need to try a metal one because all the plastic fondant tool ones I've bought to replace the one I've been using, every single one of them is too tight, doesn't spin. And Functional Ceramics AV, let me know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Yes, Panay says, I mean, I'm before White Center. Cool. Bella Rose is my name. It says, what type of clay do you use? This is porcelain. Meg JK Margie says, cool. Peels says, I was reading it as Ivy. Then I should definitely check to make sure I'm getting it right. AV says, that's right, my initials are AV and I just spelled them phonetically. Awesome. Thanks for the help. I don't want to go too close to the edge on this because I don't want it to spill over into the pizza tool line. Linnea says, like a fade type of ordeal? I don't know. I don't think I want to do a faded out on this one. I like an ombre or gradient. I think I want tighter lines. That was almost really clean. Now it's not clean at all. Missy Patina Artist says, very cool to watch. Glad you're having a good time. Okay. I think that's good enough. Lily followed the live career. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I caught the edge of the pattern, but it should be okay. Let's see what this looks like. It's alright. Masterfully Creative says, just pottery making? That's mostly what I'm up to, yeah. Shauna Lynn followed the live career. Thank you very much. Okay. I'm not crazy about this one, but I think it's pretty good. I'm going to move quickly to the next one. And on the next one, let's just really try to go for a tall piece. Leonardo says, beauty piece. Thank you. Turtle to you, Cinna Rose. Masterfully Creative says, okay, I heard it. Glad to hear that. US Panay sent a heart me. Thank you very much. appreciate that. I'll real quickly show the one I was aiming for from the last time I tried that same technique. And I think this one turned out better, but they're both pretty good. Joshua says, how much does a wheel like that one go for? Actually, can't talk about that. I've gotten in trouble talking too much about the machinery because you can't get it on here. But hopefully someone in the chat can say it ranges pretty wildly depending on current times. Real quick, I'll show some done pieces. Turtle T sent 2 donuts. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. This says, if you're new, I put some info about the tools in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. Thank you for that. The little clickable clipboard has some info. Joshua says, love that one. Thank you. "3894 says, oh, that one is nice. Thank you. I'm doing too many of the similar ones. I should grab some different ones. Oh, these ones are good. Master Flea Crave says, those are super cute. Thank you. Burpee says, gorge. Of course, I dropped that one. Jenny in a bottle full of the library, thank you very much. AB says, so small. Yeah. The micro ones is a skill I've been working on lately. I think these 2 are the smallest I've done so far. We'll do a micro tonight. Actually, let's just do a micro one out next. Britt P says, micro minis bring out the cute aggression. Jessica says, I love them all. Meg JK Margie says, OMG, those are so small, your fingers are huge. Okay, let's do a micro, since that seems to be popular. Micro with a long neck is difficult, but that's what we'll aim for. 3894 says, how do you do that? It's tiny. Well, I'll try my best to show you just now. Craig Rohatton followed the live career. Thank you very much. This is a little too big of a starting piece, but we'll just whittle it down quite a bit. Better. Because it says, it's blocking my comment. I'm sorry to hear that. We're getting a lot of that tonight. I think it says Magic Margie. It has a J in there, but do you mind if I pronounce it that way? Magic Margie says, didn't realize how small at first. Yeah, there's not really anything for scale. Master Flea Creative sent a rose. Thank you very much. So with the micro minis, it's important not to bring in the bottom too early, because that's what gives us the stability. So bringing that in should be the last step. Magic Margie says perfectly pronounced. All right, cool. Craig Rohatton sent a heart me. Thank you very much. Mark Aurora says, hey y'all, what did I miss? I've done 2 so far tonight. I showed the ones that my students made in the class I did. And we laughed some more about how I'm a lazy artist. Jennifer Cook says, hey. I say, hey back, I hope you're doing well. Burpee says 4 more for the fan club goal. Yeah, that'd be great. I do get about 1% more of my tips as long as we keep that fan club goal over 100. But I found out you do need to keep it over 100. Curly Lorelei says, what kind of music do you listen to? My favorite artist is Natalia Lafourcade. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just like really beautiful Spanish music. She's like Mexican singer with, I guess it would be like folk as some of her inspiration, like traditional. Amy says, how long do you have to keep it? I don't know what that is in reference to. I might have said something, but I'm not sure. Yeah, this piece is too big. But I was wanting to make a long neck. Donna Diva Den says, what are you making? It's going to be a micro mini with a long neck fan club. Micro mini vase with a long neck. That's how to say it. Jolly Lulu says, hi Ryan. I say, hey back. Monica Aurora says, you like Natalia Lafourcade music? I've been to her concert and it was awesome. Yeah, I've been to her concert when she came to Seattle. It was one of my favorite shows I've ever gone to. Amy says the fan club goal. Oh, it's just as long as it's over 100, I get to keep more. As long as it's under 100, I don't. Masterfully Creative says, can you control how fast the wheel spins? I can. Donna Diva Den says, you're in Seattle? I am. Let's make this smaller. It's too tall. Cheryl Lee Winter followed the live crew. Thank you very much. Walker says, her music's so beautiful. I love that, man. Yeah, it's for, like, I don't think I've ever liked an artist as much as her. I used to listen to her music to keep me calm when I was getting MRIs because I have some claustrophobia, and it would be the only thing that was calming me down. Magic Margie followed the live crew. Thank you very much. Simple Disaster says, have you ever heard of any Juana Molina? She's brilliant and does all the music herself, even live. I have not heard of that. I'll look her up. Curly Lorelei says, MRIs are the worst for claustrophobia. They really are. Alright, let's try to open this up. And then make it tall. It's gonna be rough. This is gonna be a rough one because I can see it pulling. AV says, I need to have an MRI soon. I'm dreading it. Find the music that calms you. It's really helpful if you can give them something ahead of time. I recommend doing some meditations ahead of time. That's one of the things that really helps me, is if you get used to sort of staying still and controlling your own thoughts, it's very helpful in there. But best of luck. You got this. Joshua says, is there such a thing as a mini kiln you could have in your house like micro? There are mini kilns, but not that you can have inside, because it's like a fume issue. You don't want to be in a space where the kiln work is being done. You need ventilation. I think this is about as tall as I can make it, unfortunately. Brippy says, I just added Natalia to my Spotify. You're gonna love it. I never hesitate to recommend her music because it's good. Curly Lorelei says, the way it's tipping is stressing me out. That's what I'm seeing as well. Jennifer Cook says, you should make a thread spool. I don't actually know what that would be. So I'm going to try it, since it is curving quite a bit, I'm going to try a gentler way. Joshua says thread spool is a great idea. Yeah, I just don't know what that is. Margaret Ann, send a heart me. Thank you very much. Lisa says, I just added her to my Spotify too. Awesome. Oop. Oh, it's just the puzzle popping up. Took over my screen for a second. Laura says, you're doing a great job. Thank you. Okay, I want to fix this top. Joshua says, do these have practical purposes or just decoration? The micro minis are more decoration. The mini ones, like my regular sized ones, those can hold flowers or liquid or incense. These ones are more for just decoration. Just a little dollhouse furniture type stuff. That's not bad. Let's see how that rim looks though. I think we might be able to keep it just like that with a little touch of water. Tadia Rivera Paredes, follow the live career. Thank you very much. Magic Margie says that's cute. Ah, dang, that's just a little bit of debris. I would have preferred to keep it. Okay, here we go. We're gonna take off the bottom now and hope it doesn't fall over. Angel Cakes reposted, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Tina says, I like it. Thank you. Speed it up. Yeah, it says, have you ever accidentally crushed one of these? I've knocked them over. My cat stepped on one. But I've never crushed them accidentally myself. A couple on purpose when I didn't like how it turned out. ZZZ followed the live career. Thank you very much. Jess says, oh, that's cute. Thank you. That's not bad. Sherry Teeter says, are you putting any design on it? I'm not sure. What are we thinking? I might want to do a full blue with a brown rim. I think that would look really cool. The brown, if I do a light amount, will fire as sort of an amber color. So I think I'm going to go with that. Jeannie says, graduate the color up. I'm actually not sure what that means. If you mean, do you mean like a gradient? Sherry Teeter says, tribal? I don't know how to do that. Amy McCracken sent 12 gold box gloves. US Panay says, ooh, I love blue. I can't wait to see it. Jeannie Durkin says, yes, dark to light. What do we think of that? Do we want, I was thinking full coverage, but we could do like a gradient effect. Like this. Oh, well, it got a little darker at the top. Sherry says, they would be great designs. Yeah, I'm just not familiar with the mechanism to make that happen. I messed the gradient up too. Jessica says, still beautiful. Magic. Margie says, I like it. US Panay says, that's so cool. Sherry says, absolutely amazing talent. It's stunning already. Thank you. Let's just work to get the lines a little more uniform. Joshua says, do a gradient with another color over the blue, like red. I want to see what it looks like with just the blue and brown. And if we don't like that, we can add something else to the mix. Though red and blue always looks like Spider-Man to me. At least the red and blue I have. Brick Piece says, new blue is best blue. I can see that. It's another one of the velvet underglazes, so it's really nice. Joshua says, or do drips like you did on the other one you showed. That would not work on this. It's not the right shape, and it's too small. Jane says, do I still claim the same way? Are you talking about the dib system? Yeah, dibs is still what's preferred. Tenet says teal would be pretty. I could see that. And yes, it's still the same way. If you say dibs, you take a screenshot, then it's yours. You just have to get that screenshot to me over one of the few ways that it's available. By the way, I have, I think I counted out 20 something finished pieces that I need to contact people about and let them know to get them sent out to. Also, I have, I think, 5 boxes I'm going to be sending out tomorrow that are already paid for. Joshua says, dang, harder to figure out than it looks. Well, I want to try though. I encourage you to try. I can try to, we can do a drip on the next one. I just need to know that I'm aiming for drip prior to starting. Beal just says, I need a third to make a set. Are you needing another gray one then? Is that what you're thinking? Tina says, dibs. It's yours. Do you like it as it is? I actually really like it as it is. I think this is going to look great when it's fired. Beal just says, yes. Becky says, so cute. Okay, I think I like it how it is. It's simple, but I think it turned out pretty good. Joshua Riemi followed the lab critic. Sorry, I think I haven't been saying your last name, and I don't think I pronounced it right. But thank you for following. Okay. I think on the next one, what I want to do is a purple base, dry it, and then on top we'll do red drips over purple. Fruit pieces, is the donut bagel done? Not yet, no. No, that one should, I need to catch up. There is a bagel that, not a bagel, but a donut stack that finished that I went through the dibs form and no one claimed, which I'm really surprised because donuts, this is a pink and brown donut, so pink on top and then sort of the amber colored donuts. And no one, as far as I can tell, no one dibs this one. Brit pieces might be mine. I didn't see this in any of your pictures that you sent. Catnip Pickle says, does it take less time to vis fire miniatures? I don't think so. I think they fire them with the rest. Brippy says, I forgot to dibs. Well, this one, as far as I can tell, is available. Let me know if you're interested. Brippy says, I mean, a screenshot. Oh, okay. Angel Cake sent 2 boxing gloves. Jessica says, where can we go to purchase them? I can't answer that question, but hopefully someone in the chat can. I appreciate you asking. There's just some rules that need to follow. Brit pieces. I'm obviously a little sleepy. That's fair. So am I. People just put a little clipboard in the upper left-hand corner of the screen that has the answers to certain questions. Thank you for doing that. Okay, we're going to do another long neck, and then hopefully we'll do some drips on this one. Mello sent a rose. Brandon Schultz sent a rose. Thank you both. For the base, would we rather have purple and then red drips, or would we rather have maroon with red drips? Either way, red is the best at dripping. Jennifer Cook says maroon. Angel Cake says purple with black drips. Okay, says smush it. You have to give me 50. You gotta give me $50 if you want me to smush what I'm making. I know it's outrageous, but that's how I keep people from saying that. It is doable, but you have to. A lot of people are saying maroon and red. People aren't wanting to see the purple and red. I'm saying red for the drips because they drip the best out of all my options. Maria Laguerra says, how about royal blue with white? I've been doing blue with white a couple of drips lately. Let's see if I can show. Like that. But I haven't done these two combinations we're talking about, so that's why I'm saying I want to try them. Okay, I should not leave my piece half-centered like this. Bill just says, is there something under the wheel? Yes, there is, but I'll get it after the live since it is caught in the oil, which would be messy to get right now. Looking at it closer, I think it's actually just a bubble. Yeah, it was just a bubble of oil. So it might come back, but I just popped it. Because this is better. That's good. Prep pieces. I miss Bowing Mouse. Yeah. I'm not gonna wake him up for the stream though. I feel like that's crossing the line into making him perform. When he usually wakes up because he wants the treats, but this time he'd rather be sleeping. Pieces, no, don't wake the baby. Fair. Amelia Bell says hello. I say hey back. Zeus says soothing. I say thank you. Miss Robin says hey. I say hey back. Exterminate followed the live crew. Thank you very much. Rahelish says pottery for ants. This would be a bit big for ants. The one I was doing earlier would be more ant-sized. When I was a kid, I used to feed sandwiches to ant hills. I found it interesting. I would make a little sandwich and bring it out to them. Angel Shabani followed the live critter. I just thought it would be like really fun for them. They don't often get a giant peanut butter sandwich, so from their perspective it probably really scared them because there was suddenly a giant sandwich on top of their house. But they went right to work. People just says, never showed you yogurt. I wasn't into yogurt when I was a kid, so no. Nancy Rochelle followed the lab critter. Juan de Menacre followed the lab critter. Thank you very much. Okay, we're gonna pull the outside out quite a bit. We're gonna get a little off center, but we'll fix it. Simple Disaster says they thought they won a free house. They already had a house. I think the peanut butter sandwich was more of a threat to the house. Monica says, I bet Bowing would love your yogurt when I open it when both dogs and cats come around. Interesting. My cat doesn't like any human food as far as I can tell. Oh. Speaking of, I said his name a few too many times. The original glass says OMG, a mini wheel. That is correct. Oh, that was so close. Let's get that out of there. He didn't ask for treats though, he went straight to the food bowl. Rahelish says, a peanut butter and jelly and yogurt sandwich would be so good. Whoa, that sounds really good. Am I gonna do that later? Rahelish says, no, it wouldn't soggy. Not if you put the peanut butter on both sides of the bread as sort of a shield towards the bread. Not on both sides of the bread, but on both pieces of bread. And then you put the jelly on one side and the yogurt on the other. Relish says, yes. Yes, I think we're onto something. Joshua says, I've literally made it with lemon Greek yogurt. It's awesome. Okay. Do I need to end the stream early for this? Because this is important. Green-eyed girl followed the lab creator. Thank you very much. Simple Disaster says, what kind of yogurt? I have raspberry yogurt and strawberry jelly right now, so that's probably what I'd go with. Simple Disaster says, oh, good combo. Nobody followed the live creator. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Kathy Smith says, what are you making? It is a miniature porcelain vase. This one's more of a bottle than a vase. But that is basically what I do here, is pots of different sizes and shape. That was my tool I was using to drop something. I have a specific tool that I lost. Oh, there it is. Relish says, someone make an ant feeding page. Sandwich TV. I'm sure they have that. Or sandwiches are bad for ants, and that's why no one's doing it. I can't imagine they are, though. Ants feel like they're hardy enough to handle a sandwich. Peel just says, maybe we could do that when you're tired of pottery. So we can do that now? Joshua says, I want an ant farm. Are those things ethical? I think depending on the one you get, if it's like too small, probably not. If it has all the things ants like, then they're probably pretty chill. But I haven't looked it up. He says, have you seen the girl who makes the dry yogurt bowls? No, I don't. I don't know how I feel about that. But I'll have to educate myself. I like that top. Mel Cook says, looks good, thank you. Enamorate followed the live credit, thank you very much. Bill just says, I would stop. Stop what? Making pottery? Or shaping the top? I need to fix what I just said. Bill just says, I like the shape. Yeah, let's stop here then. I just need to fix the little bit of residue around here. Just as the bottom half not being roundish entirely. Yeah, I like that too. Gives it a little variety from what I've been doing lately. Joshua says it's perfect. Almost. And I think people said maroon as the base and then red as the highlight. Jessica says a little oomph. Oh, that bugs me so. Oh, that's not even like a piece of clay. That's a pigment. That'll probably get covered then. Angel Kick says no, purple is the base. People didn't seem on board with that one. I saw more people say red or maroon is the base than they did purple. Do I have to vote on it? Okay, people are now saying purple. Let's see. Let's make it official. Purple as the base. Smiley face is maroon. Crying emoji, blue is purple as the base. Either way, I have to get it started pretty quick. I'm sticking with just those two options because I want to do red on top, and I haven't used those combos together before. And I want to use red because I want it to drip. Okay, purple's winning by a landslide. We're gonna go right into it. SPS Rhonda shared the live. Thank you very much. So what we're gonna do is this right here is all gonna be purple. Peel just says, I love the purple so much. Angel Cake says, are there any other colors that drip good besides red? Hunter Green, but we've done that one quite a few times. What is too bad, if I was using the stronger wheel, any of them would drip. But there's a max speed on this, which is actually a lot slower than the other wheels are. Piper says, pink please. It wouldn't show. This is kind of a dark purple, and the pink I have is a bit see-through, and when it's fired together, they wouldn't show through, most likely. Angel Cake says, if I dibs, can we do Hunter Green? I guess, because I didn't, we voted on the base color, we didn't vote on the top color, so you wouldn't be taking away from what people voted for. Angel Cake says, I want the dibs, but I don't like the red. Interesting. Well, make your decision now. Either way, it's fine. I will go with the whatever you prefer if you dibs. Okay, now we need to dry it if we're gonna have proper dribs. I kind of like that actually. Angel Cake says dibs then. I kind of like those lines. We have to dry as much as possible because we're not trying to do drip together, we're trying to do drip over. Joshua says, yeah, I love the lines. Vio says lines are awesome. We'll see if they stay through the drip though. And so the plan now is to do Hunter Green drips and to do a green top. And unless Angel Cakes, you have a different color suggested for the top. KL, the wildlife rehabilitator, followed the live career. Thank you very much. Sawblade followed the live career. Thank you very much. Beatrix Kiddo reposted. Thank you very much. Burpee said bow on me. I heard him. I gotta send him a treat. Okay. Piper says pink. We won't be doing pink. Monica Adams says, what does dibs mean? That means they are claiming the piece, so I let them know when it's done, and they take creative control. That means they're agreeing to eventually purchase it. Baby Love T followed the live career. Thank you very much. Okay, let's slow it down a bit. We might lose some of the detail. I find it so interesting that you don't like the red with the purple, because in my head, that combo is going to look really nice. Okay, that's enough. That's frustrating, it didn't go. That didn't work at all. I have no idea why it worked that way. Here's a kick says I still like it. I'm glad, but I want to see if I can figure this out. Shauna sent 25, 26, 22, 25, 20, 20, 26. Wow, I can't read that. Thank you. Jennifer Cook says, why does the viscosity of the glaze vary so much? It has to do with how much moisture is in it, how it's made, the company that makes it, and then what the pigment they use to color it does to the mixture. Jessica says, I missed something. I thought it was going to be red drips. It was. We had somebody dibs the piece and take creative control, and they went with a different color. I'm going to just really pile it on there and see what we can produce. But I feel the problem is it's all going down those 3 lines the more I put on there. Jennifer Cook says, so no standard for production? I wouldn't know. I'm not involved in the production. So strange. It's everything but those lines. Oh, might be doing something now. Weird. I don't know what to do about this one. I think we're gonna have to do a double drip because this drip is not. Angel Cakes, if you want to undibs this one, totally fine. But we're gonna experiment and see if we can change what's going on here. Because I'm personally not happy with it. Angel Cakes says, it's fine, I'm still digging it. There, I will want to try something else though. Just because I like this shape a lot and I'm not happy with the color. Mariah says, could you do white drips over it? Man, maybe. The only thing I know it would work for drips on top. Now the white underglaze does not look like it would drip. Linnea says, what's the fire doing? It's drying the underglaze so I can do another layer on top. I'm gonna try black. That might work. As long as it's the right black underglaze. Yeah, there isn't there doesn't seem to be like consistency because I bought the same black underglaze and one of them drips really well and one of them doesn't. Okay, we'll try it this way. If this doesn't drip, if it drips in the same pattern as the last one, then I think what that will mean is it's a irregularity with the shape that I messed up. Yep. Something went wrong. Feels just a smear. Let's see. So strange. It won't smear though. Beetlejuice. This because I dried it on each step. Just because I like it. I do appreciate all the kind words. Just know that I've gotten tilted on this one. I'm going to be trying some weird stuff. I will try the smear, but I don't think it will work. I'm gonna just see if I can get. A dry brush to see if we can just sort of move things across, but I think it's too dry from the drying process. Joshua says that's great. I apologize. People are enjoying themselves. That's good. I get more pissed off every time I stop in. I think I have to recognize that this is more of a me problem at this point than it is something wrong with the piece. Sean says paint the whole thing black and then put purple. Purple wouldn't show up on top of the black very well, and then layering this amount underglaze is going to cause problems with drying. Angel Cake says, I like it as it is right now. What about the top? Do you want to keep that white, or do you want anything different on it? Avi says, texture tool over the top. I like that idea, but it does seem like I haven't talked Angel Cakes out of wanting this one, so I should go with their preference. Joshua says, do something with the top. I agree. I'm thinking probably green. Kathy Smith, follow the live career. Thank you very much. There's some interesting stuff going on here with the lines, both vertical and then the smear at the bottom. Angel Cake says, okay, you can go green at the top. Will do. I'm gonna need it. I was planning on this one being the last one, but I am gonna do another one just quick after this. Joshua says green and then black rim. I actually like that idea a lot. to get all of the different ones involved. AV says, I like the dry brushed looking black smear. I do too. I wish I would have not dried it so much before I tried the smear. I think it would have had a cooler effect. Angel Cake says, I like the, sounds good to me. Black rim with green neck will do. Oh, it dipped over a little bit. Bill just says, you said no to speckle? Did I? No one I saw said speckle. And I'm going with what Angel Cakes wants. If that, I think this might be done. Just so I have enough time to do one more. The shape is still really solid. And it could end up with a cool effect after it dries. Angel Cake says, got my screenshot. Cool. Let's try to do a quick 15-minute one to end. So, well, at least it's really dry. Cool. And I got green underglaze all over my pants. Okay, so 15 minutes left. That usually means one thing. We're gonna do a texture piece. Linnea says, didn't realize how small it really was till his hand came by. Yeah. Angel Cake says, I love it, and I still think it's funny. He was trying to talk me out of it. That's such a bad habit I have. I really shouldn't. You're allowed to like the art you like. Sorry, I got a little weird on that one. Say Kage followed the live creator. Thank you very much. Maka Aurora says, who you are not, a salesman. Very true. Angel Cake says, it's okay, no hard feeling. Thank you. Missy followed the live creator. I'm also not like an IT guy. And I'm also very lazy. Meandering says, teeny tiny wheel, so cute. Bill just says, show him the cat. There he is. Jennifer Cook says, hey buddy. Linnea says, oh, those eyes. Yeah, he's a good guy. April Master sent a "You're awesome." Thank you. Dex says he's so pretty. He is. T-Rex Beck says, what kind of clay are you using? This is porcelain. Mid-range porcelain, bright white, called CKK6. April Master sent 14 gold box of gloves. Thank you so much. We're going super quick for this one. Vanessa says, I adore how smooth it is. The porcelain? Yeah, that's why it's my favorite. April Master sent a heartmates. Thank you so much. If I can get 2 more new people to send a heartmate, that'll help me get more of my tips. You don't have to, it's just very helpful. Kimmy sent a rose and a heartmate. Thank you very much. April Master says, my pleasure. Thanks again. It's really kind. Midnight sent a heartmate. Thank you very much. That's the 99th member of my fan club. Alright, we're going to try chattering. And then we're going to try to make it into having a neck. Because this says, need a habit of saying that every night. I'm also not a good streamer, if we're talking about things I'm not. I'm very uncomfortable asking for likes and follows and such. Mandarin says, amazing is me how gentle I fumble the clay on a full-size wheel. It's easier to fumble the clay on a full-size wheel. This is a lot more controlled. So keep that in mind. I'm often impressed and would likely be impressed watching you on a full-size wheel. Meandering sent a heartmate, and thank you very much, Pieces. Yay, now you have 100. Cool, I get to keep more of my money. I appreciate that greatly. Okay, let's try. Let's see. This is good enough. We're gonna try. Linnea says, "Speak life. There's life and death in the power of the tongue. You're a great streamer." Okay, I can do that. I am unstoppable. That got a little messy. Simple Disaster says, be lazy. That got a little messy, but I think it works. We're just gonna redo the top. And then it says, I like your lives. They're calm and peaceful and interesting. Thank you. We're gonna go from like right here. Dang, I dropped another brush getting underglaze everywhere. Bill just says, you said mushroom night tomorrow night? I don't think I did. Unless you're quoting me in one of those, like, you wrote it down a while ago type of things. Cake says, I have Jingle Bell Rock stuck in my head. I don't think I did that. Hopefully. Bill just says, sure, that's it. No, I need somebody to pull out receipts to believe you. Trina followed the live career. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm worried that this wheel doesn't have the power, nuts, to make a good mushroom. Because it is so much weaker than the other ones. And all of my best mushrooms were made on the other wheels, if I'm remembering correctly. A simple disaster sent a little crown. Thank you so much. Mary Ann B says, I thought we were having an eyeball night. I think we are having that. Britt P says, we need BS Homes to tell him. I'm actually feel bad because I have an order for BS Homes I got the, something wrong on, and it just hasn't gone out. So I think I'm gonna send like 3 extra ones because it's so late for BS Homes. No one tell, but they should be getting like 4 good ones for the price of 1 because I messed up real bad. Lindenberg shared the live. Thank you very much. I like this one. This is cool. I'm gonna make 2 tones on this, I think. Oh, it spilled over. That's fine. Mariah says that would be cool with red. That's a terrible idea. I was hoping to do it faster than I just did. After I said it was a terrible idea, I felt like that sounded meaner for longer than I intended. Because red was my plan. Linnea says I was definitely gagged. Yeah, That's not usually my vibe, I apologize. Diana Nix, Heart Me, thank you very much. Cindy says, I was like, that was rude. Yeah, I hope they didn't like immediately leave. B-Man, follow the live critter. Thank you very much. Okay, so it's a little messy. It's a little messy, a little bit of drip coming down, but the top is super nice. I think what I'll do to... Oh, I only have 2 minutes. What I'll do to finish it, because this says he's just yogurt. That's true. I want a yogurt sandwich. Jennifer Cook says dry wood is an undervalued gift. I think it's pretty well valued. Whereas the style hurts. Nice. Okay. I think that's it. I think that was our last of the night. Just a weird little spinny guy. I'll clean off the debris when it's dry. I'll just brush that off with a dry brush when it's fully dry. Man, a lot of bots tonight. Thank you for the help from my mods with all the bots. Jennifer Cook says drip is cool. Cool. Glad you like it. I like how elegant the top looks compared to how it just gets torn up towards the bottom. Alright, that is as many as I will be doing tonight. I'll show what we made tonight, and I'm gonna show my cat real quick. So we have our final one. Ninja Cake sent a Panther Paws, thank you so much. We have our texture green, our red into brown, our purple and green, our blue and maroon, and that's what we did tonight. Not too bad. I'm gonna turn the camera around and say goodnight. Hello, I'm Ryan Cudahy. I make the pots every night between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. I'm Ryan Cudahy Ceramics on other platforms. And that's it. I think, hey, thank you again for the Panther Pods to Ninja Cakes. I will be back tomorrow. Have a good night.